Okay, my name is Malcolm Shabazz, and I've been an alcoholic for 18 months.
Hey Malcolm, how are you?
Work Media.
I showed up to work on time. Are you
Exactly.
showing up to work on time? Are you
Nope.
skipping out on work?
Right.
That's why we say what we say. That's why we work the way we do, and that's why we do work media.
Damn right.
And then we did that. Okay. That was a little one from Sasha Baron Cohen, Ali G. And you are listening to Emeka Swain. I am here with Vaughn Postema, VP, of course.
What's going on, y'all? This is VP on the radio,
Right
on the
on.
live stream.
Right on. And we got Mr. West right here, Mr. West Ashley.
Yo.
None other than Mr. West Ashley. So we're going to let the room fill up. We're going to keep talking. You know, there's some things that people want to talk about and hear about, you know, things that deserve a good discussion, things that deserve our attention. Sadly, I am not talking about the O.J. Simpson trial television series.
Thank God.
I
O.J.?
am talking about Dwayne Wade going back home to play for Chicago. 2 years, $47 million. What say you?
D Wade. I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah. Did Pat Riley and the Miami Heat not put enough respect on his name?
That's what happened.
Was it that?
That's what happened.
So, would you agree that this 2 year, $47 million is like his last 2 years, maybe in the NBA? You think?
Maybe.
So, I heard some of the guys on ESPN radio call it a Kobe retirement package. You know how they be hating and everything. Right. They hate on the black man when he get $47 million for 2 years. But
I hate ESPN though.
If Brady got 2 years, $47 million, oh well, that's just
He's just a
that's
legend.
Brady.
He's the best
That's
ever.
Brady, you cannot come anything less.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we only talk about that right now because it don't really mean much. But yes, Dwayne Wade is officially a Chicago Bulls now. It is great. I think it's awesome. It's gonna be really
KD
cool.
to the Warriors.
Yes. But with the Chicago, it's gonna be really cool to see Chicago Bulls like people wanting to watch. You know what I mean? Like Chicago, that black and red is something about that. And Dwayne Wade is gonna rep it. I think Dwayne Wade is gonna be more Michael Jordan-esque than Derrick Rose was, even though Derrick Rose is nasty.
Right.
Dwayne Wade's a champion, and that's more reminiscent.
Three-time
of how,
champion.
Yeah, that's more reminiscent of how Michael Jordan was in the good old days.
Right.
So I think Bulls gonna get some more TV time. They're gonna get definitely they're gonna get their money's worth. That $47 million. I would give that to Dwayne Wade.
Me too. He
So we
deserve it.
Kevin Durant is over there in Golden State.
Golden State.
Yeah, that.
What do you think about that?
I think Kevin Durant is the man. You know what I mean? So we'll see what kind of basketball they play. But that team is better than the credit that I can give them. So I don't know how they're gonna play, but that's gonna be a move for the West. But they were on top of the West last year, so it's like
And LeBron worked them boys.
yeah.
Kyrie worked them boys.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna come out on top of the West again.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Vaughn, how's it going over there?
All right.
All right. She's doing something with the room. Getting the room filled.
Right.
Right.
Well,
Sending the link out.
So what have we been doing in Do Work Media? Like,
All
why
right.
why is it taking us so long to come back?
So we had a lot of stuff going on. Thanks for throwing that bone out there,
I do what I
VP.
can.
That's softball.
Pause.
Pause. So what's been going on? If you haven't seen, we have basically got our little studio popping, or we're getting our studio popping right now. So we had to disappear from a last studio and move into a new studio, which is our own studio. We've been setting up a lot of events. We're about to roll out this whole event promotional package of Do Work Media and what we're trying to do with the city. Y'all gonna like this. Can we mention some of those events, VP, or no?
Go ahead and mention that brunch.
I'm gonna let you mention that brunch or Mecca because I get lost in the fog. Mecca, what's
Well, we're
up?
doing a brunch at the Americano, and the Americano's in Mount Pleasant. It's a new restaurant to the area. It has a great feel to it. It has like a Miami-esque feel to it. So it's like an inside outside type deal, and we're doing a day party because we want the experience just to be more than just going out at night. You know what I mean? Is you I think you'd be more in your sense. You know, having a day party. So
And we're not making you wear all white. That's not a requirement.
no, it's not an all white party.
It's not an all white party. That's
an
not a
all-white
requirement.
party. But it will be at the Americano. We're sending you the date and everything. I don't want to give you the wrong date right now, but it's coming right up around the corner. The Americano Do Work Media
Caribbean theme.
Caribbean theme.
DJ Scrib.
DJ Scrib is DJing. DJ Scrib is fired. We all know him.
DJ Scrib, what up?
Yeah.
Shouts out to
So
Scrib.
it's going to be a day party. It's going to be really cool. And Americano is not expensive. So you can enjoy the food. It's great food. You can enjoy the food. You can enjoy the ambiance of
Mount
it.
Pleasant.
And mix and mingle with your friends. Right. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have movers and shakers out there, man, because, that's who our friends are. So
What you been doing on the break, Mac?
man, you know what? I've been making it a point to go to good parties. You know what I mean? I've been making it a point to go check out like the local rap scene. Making it a point to stop by my neighbors' businesses. You know what I mean? So we have some great stories coming up for y'all that we're working on. One about Hollywood, Al Meggett, boxer trainer, boxing extraordinaire. His gym is downtown on King Street, about a block away from our studio, and it's called Charleston Boxing Club. It's dope. And what we will be doing is spending a lot of time with him upcoming, and we're going to bring y'all a good perspective that we think that the boxing club deserves.
Shouts out to Coach Osei, too.
Yes, Coach Osei Chandler, great mentor of ours.
Right.
You know, he put us together. And Coach Osei is on the board there. And the cool thing about the boxing club, it's a non-profit organization, so it's going to be really cool to work with them. You know what I mean? To work with people who's actually, doing things in the community, making a great influence, making a great stand, and doing that with the youth. That was really cool. I saw boys in there from, I would say, 10, 11 years old to 40, 50, 70 years old.
Wow.
So it was great. It made my day. I was in there for 2 hours. It was awesome. And so
You thinking about signing up in there? I know I'm thinking about.
yeah, definitely.
Training, doing some work?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just looking at them hit the bag and jumping rope. That makes you want to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And getting in the ring, those guys, they will beat my behind. I had to give them back work. Me,
You are known for
But
that.
those guys are good guys, so I wouldn't have to give them back work. But
You excited about the studio?
yes, very excited. The studio's in a great location. It's in a great location. It's on the corner of King and Romney, and we're in with good people. And I think it's been a blessing. Like everyone we talk to in the neighborhood is awesome. But about the boxing club, we're gonna be spending more time there, just to tell our audience the legends that Al Meggett brought through Charleston, and to tell them about the stories that he has, and the goods and the bads of what he's seen in Charleston. And he's, like I said, he's 1 block away from the studio, and so that it was good to meet him.
I talked to Free the other day, too. He
Yeah,
said he
Free is
wanna do something.
he's very excited. Everybody's excited about season 2, man. This shit lit.
This shit about to
yeah,
be lit.
I can't lie, man. We're talking to good people. There's gonna be good interviews coming up. Really, I think interviews that people want to hear, like people that people grew up looking up to, or respecting in their community. You know what I mean? Not like a star, but people in your community.
Right.
And that's
Respectable
dope.
figures. Season 2 about to be lit for
I
real.
think
dog.
that's we're getting more of what we wanted to do with Do Work Media. That's how we got the name Do Work. You know what I mean? Because people who's really making a good footprint in their community. You know what I mean? And who's really touching lives, generations of lives. I was in the boxing club, and I seen a young man whose father and grandfather boxed in the gym. You know what I mean? Well, I tell you, like Al Meggett, he trained with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali boxed at his camp. Boxed with Charleston Youth. You know what I mean? He's trained Hector Macho Camacho.
Right.
He's trained all sorts of people. I can't even get their names wrong because it's so many. There's walls filled with boxing legends
In Charleston.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's dope. He has a young picture of Joe Riley up there, like Joe Riley, who's 70 something, maybe
Right.
I don't know.
He old, dog. Tell
and,
about the produce lady too. I want you to speak about.
Man, that was cool. Her name is Jermaine Jenkins. I want to get that correct. She started the neighborhood produce store. The neighborhood produce store is in North Charleston. It's on Success Street. It's in like the Chicora neighborhood. It's in like what you would call a bad neighborhood, but it's a beautiful gym right there in the middle on Success Street. The neighborhood grocery store, which is sitting. It's a light colored trailer. What is sitting on at least an acre or 2 acres of straight farming, like straight neighborhood farming, like urban farming.
Right.
And it's awesome. They have everything that you would see in a corner store or everything that you would buy out of like a bum gas station. You know what I mean? How gas stations be selling tissue and all of that. But they got it all cheaper than anything like that. They have all kind of produce. They have better produce than Food Lion or Bilo. I bought blackberries today, a quart of blackberries that was picked this morning. That's awesome.
Right.
That's straight life force. That's better than what I could get at Earth Fare or Whole Foods.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because their blackberries come from Guatemala or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're definitely look for that story to come up. We'll keep you in tune with that. But Jermaine Jenkins, I hope I get her name right, on Success Street in Chicora, and it's awesome. Yes, it's dope. It's a grocery store sitting on farmland. So you're like where that it totally transformed you from how the upper block looked or the lower block. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was dope, man. It was real dope to do that. And they have everything that. So you can't say, oh man, I was looking for this. You know what I mean? I was looking for that. They have it right there. And if you black. You eat greens, and they had a refrigerator full of greens.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Cooked or fresh?
No, fresh greens that they just picked. You know what I mean? They had eggs that they just got from the chickens or the hens or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's dope, and I know Mama would appreciate that. So that's awesome. That's awesome. And so that's another story coming from Do Work Media to you.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm back on the scene, crispy and clean. Is that okay to say?
Not really. Strike one.
I'm about to do a backup right now, Facebook Live, just in case YouTube tripping on me. So I'm gonna go live right now. Do Work Media special broadcast.
She is.
It's preseason, season 2.
Season is still training camp.
Yeah, but we wanted to touch up,
Right.
Pause. Is that a pause, VP?
No.
Okay. Well, while VP get the Facebook Live going, I hope
She's
YouTube
a genius.
I hope YouTube is showing us love. But
yeah, they were for the time being as much as they could. Okay, boom. Facebook Live is on. Sucker.
Can they hear us on
All
Facebook
right.
Live?
Yeah,
All right.
they can hear us on Facebook Live. They will hear us on Facebook Live because we're going to speak loud enough for it.
Okay.
Goddamn
That's
right.
I got for you.
Goddamn right.
There we go. Okay.
So we're gonna get in the meat and potatoes of this shit.
I was about to use that phrase. So
soon we will. We're gonna see what's going on. I'm also gonna.
we're gonna see what's popping with the audience, man. Let's fill the room.
Exactly.
Let's fill the room. Let's see what's going on. Who got love for VP? Because I
Who
know
got-
that's all y'all want to see.
Oh my God.
That is
bars. Who
exactly
won
what
the
they
battle?
want to see.
Who won a battle?
If your baby
Who wants-
mother is in the room,
Who wants
she
to
would
battle?
tell you that she loved me.
Okay.
If she was real, she would tell you that she loves me.
All right. I don't like the way this is going right here.
I don't sell Molly no more.
Let's keep that to a minimum.
If she was real, she would admit that she feels some type of way about me.
Come on, let's get it popping.
Here we go. We're gonna put this in here. Yeah, move my little trash.
That little cat he will turn that over.
What cat? Allegedly. All right, man. VP got too much going on. Yeah. So, P.
All right, here we
Mr.
go.
West, what do you feel about J.R. Smith?
Oh God.
I always like the dude, man.
Mhm.
I mean, dude be going off sometimes.
He got a ring now. So
every
we
once in a
can't-
while,
We
right?
got to give him
Right.
some credit now.
I can't hate on J.R. Smith, man. I saw one time I was about to hate on J.R. Smith
Yeah.
All right.
with the Rihanna situation.
Oh, yeah, that's old, though. That's
But
2
then they
years
showed
ago.
a top 10 J.R. Smith dunks.
Yeah.
I said, oh, this nigga's a legend.
You know what I got to say with JR? I'm riding with JR now, and it's because he did show frustration and poor judgment, maybe poor character in the past.
With
but he
Rihanna?
was on losing squads.
Right.
And
It was hard for him.
when- yeah, your life is hard when you're on losing
Right.
squads.
Right.
He was on Cleveland this year, the whole season.
Dude had to go through New York.
All right.
You know what I mean?
It stops.
Denver Nuggets with Carmelo.
Denver Nuggets.
Then to New York with Carmelo. You know, Derrick Rose went to New York, and I forgot Carmelo was even there. Dang, Carmelo, when are you going to retire?
All right, here we go.
No,
Here we
Carmelo,
go.
one of the best, though.
Yeah, I know he one of the best.
He
but
probably
damn.
is deep. People forget when all of them play together in the USA team, Carmelo is the best player every time.
Yeah. He's
People
dope.
don't give him that credit like that.
Man, he's dope. It's just New York not getting the finals.
Yeah, New York not getting no love right now, dog. LeBron is eating.
Yeah, LeBron.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna jump in with these sports talks. Good job, guys. Good job. Well, I tried
Yep.
to get that together.
If I say your
see y'all
mama,
out
would
there.
she be listening?
So we're here with Do Work Media. Like I said, I originally did not intend for Do Work Media to be on and popping right now, but it is what it is because we got some things that we need to talk about, some things that I'd really like to touch on. So the perspective that I come from is more so of what we can do about it. Okay? So we had some shootings, some back-to-back shootings, police shootings of citizens. Okay? This has been a very emotional time these past couple of days. Hell, this past year. Right, has been intense. But I'm here to talk about something a little bit different than just the norm of we got these shootings and people are keeping us down and they're doing all these other kinds of things that are keeping us down as a race and all this. I kind of come at these things from a different perspective. But before I give my perspective, I want the fellas to kind of give a brief overview of how they feel. Like, what are your top 3 points that you may want to talk about today? Start with Emeka Swain.
I'm Emeka Swain, and I'm just a concerned citizen, a brother of you, and a friend of you. And I just here to share my dialogue, share my my 2 cents, my perspective, hoping that it can add on and build to a better tomorrow. I got my brother here and Vaughn, so I know, it's gonna be
We straight.
good. Yeah, we're straight.
Right. Mr. West Ashley.
Yo, I just don't want us to get out of control by a lot of emotional stuff thrown out on social media. That's my main point. I hope if we can kind of stay under control, we don't do nothing stupid. That's my overview.
True that. Okay, good. And my perspective comes from this right here. I'm very much concerned about the citizen and about what the citizen is doing with their own gifts and talents. How is the citizen using his or her gifts and talents to better the community in which they live? Your civic duties, your civic responsibilities. What are you doing for that? That's kind of the perspective I go from. All three of us are in a position where we strive to encourage. That's one of the biggest things that we want. We want you to leave encouraged, not just sit up there being sad about everything, but being well informed. Okay, and that's what I want to see tonight. Okay, so we as a people, we as a village, okay, people as community members, it is highly important that you understand the worth that you have in your own community. Now, I don't really care where you live or where you have. You just go to college somewhere or something like that, whatever it may be. If you are somewhere that has a community, which is, i.e., everywhere, you should be involved in that community. You should take the time to know yourself, to understand your worth, and to really utilize those gifts to work at your most maximized potential. And you should be around people that are going to help you to reach that maximized potential. When we don't use the gifts and talents that are given to us, we end up falling short, and we also feel like we don't know what our purpose is or what we're supposed to be doing in life. We come along this journey that ends up being a little monotonous and boring. You're not satisfied with life. You're very unhappy. I believe that self-love and understanding self-worth is something that we need to perfect within ourselves so that we can better assist our community. This isn't going to be cured overnight, right? You're not going to just get the answer overnight. This is a process. And the process doesn't end with, but it starts with you asking yourself the question, what is my worth? And understanding your worth and being confident in your worth. Knowing who you are and who the people around you, who your neighbors are. I think that that's highly important to understand. Because when I see things like this, like when I see things online that say, or people going at each other and bashing each other because there's a difference of opinion on something, then it shows even more division, even among people who, on a general term, they agree with what you're saying. The way that we communicate with each other cause even more like decisive nature. Like it's just very much of a me against you type atmosphere, and that's not how conversations should be, and that's not how we're going to get to a solution. So first, my question is, and maybe just to open up for the rest of the group and even you guys at home, how do you feel we are unified in our discontent? You understand what I'm saying with that?
Very good thing.
Like what I mean by that is we're all angry, but are we all unified in our anger? Like, do you see more understanding of each other's anger? Like, even within, like, let's say from the side of people who you see someone get shot and killed and you're angry about it. And then we start talking about the solution. Do you see a lot of unity in what solution-based conversation?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I say yes when it's I think more people of your race will understand. And I don't want to sound racist, and I'm not a racist, and I don't think this is everyone. But when it comes to people of different races in America, I think that, they have a little less empathy as your own. But now it's yes and no to me, because across the world, I think more people are seeing that, like, the wrongful treatment of the black man and woman in America, and they can feel it, and more people around the world starting to see this, and they understand. So Yes and no, but I think within our own people, there's still divisions, and I think that that's the house that we should work on first. Is your own house. Then
agree.
you will be respected outside of your house.
I agree.
Understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
It all starts from within. I pretty much.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. And that's what a lot of this damn Facebook shit does. You know, it pulls you away from your house. But I mean, look at it. Really, you got how many flags per month are we gonna hold up? You got blah 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 wants rights. Blah blah blah. This Pride March or this march or this. That's what they call a bag lady. You got too much bags. You know what I mean? You got to put some of that shit down, and then it's just stress on top of stress on top of stress. And I've been preaching this for a long time, like turning TV off. You gotta live with no TV sometimes, because a lot of this stuff we learn off TV. A lot of the stuff we learn through the news. Then a lot of the stuff we learn through the internet. But if those two little machines, the TV and your cell phone or your computer, wasn't on, you might be having a good time with your girlfriend or your kids or your life. You know what I mean? But because those two little machines are in your life, you're stressed out, you're crying.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Those two little machines.
That's
Think
right.
about how weird that is. If you turn those two little machines off, you might go on a date. You might show some love. You know, somebody
That's
might
right.
show some love to you.
Right.
But because those two machines are on, you're crying. You're sad. And I don't want to be like that, because people do get killed by cops every day, you know? And then people get killed every day in Syria, like hundreds, thousands. You know, the number is so big you can't even count Iraq.
Right.
I hate to say that, and I hate to be like that, but this shit been going on for so long, you can't be out there emotional, because it's like the wrong time to be emotional. It's the wrong time to be crying. It's the wrong time to be saying, I'm scared, I'm this, I'm that, because we had years and years and years to prepare. A lot of people have been telling us this shit is coming to America. And I'm not speaking deep. JFK said it. I'm not, you know what I mean? We kind of should have been prepared for this shit, y'all boys.
Yeah, I think that is highly important for us to understand the psychological effects of the things that you see every single day. Now, granted, let me explain to you. We're not taking away from the fact that these people have lost their lives. I'm actually very upset about that. It's just that the way that I communicate what I'm angry about, I step back and I assess the situation. And I try my best to assess the situation. I will not have all the answers, and I will not promise you that I have all the answers. But I will say this right here, that it really bothers me when we have so many things that cause pain and hurt for yourself. Like, take a look at social media real quick. Now, I'm a big social media advocate, but I'm also a big advocate for your own social skills, okay? And let's just take it down to a basic science. Anything that makes you feel angry and continues to make you feel angry, that's something you're supposed to cut off, right?
Cut
or
that
like
shit
that's
off.
something that's like an unhealthy relationship. Like you're in a relationship and things are not going well. You are always unhappy when you open up this program. You're always unhappy when you open up this particular argument. And
This application.
the more that you can stay in a negative mindset or a negative mind frame, the more that you'll stay in negative thoughts and you will do negative things. Okay? The visual aids that we always see, like one thing that I was talking to my mom, we went on a trip to Charlotte. I was seeing an aunt of mine. I'm trying to get okay. We went to go see an aunt of mine, and she was in the hospital. She's all good now. But while we were sitting there in the hotel lobby, we were eating breakfast, and I see on the screen. About the rapist, that dude who raped the girl in college.
He got 6 months.
6 months. Wow, that's a whole nother Do Work Media Do Work Radio episode, but he got 6 months.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna talk about that.
I said to my mom, I said, why is it that every single time I want to see a rapist, I'm seeing a college educated white dude? Like, why is it that they show me the same scene over and over again? Why do they keep showing me the same scene over and over again of black males being killed?
Right.
One, the way I feel is that that's something that makes me angry. Like, I don't
Right.
like seeing that. I don't
Right.
like seeing some dude get up there and rape a woman and he gets off for 6 months. I don't like seeing somebody who is just in their car and they get killed for doing what they're supposed to do. However, let me just break it down even further. So I can look at those situations. I'm going to take the deal with the rapist, right?
Take your time.
Here's my perspective. I'm a woman of color. My socioeconomic background is not the same as that individual's. He's around my same age group. So let's just take those 4 factors into play. Those 4 factors right there cause me to see this individual in a certain light that anyone who does not share those same traits as me is not going to see or understand. Let's take the young men of color that are getting killed. Those factors that I just listed still affect me when I see them. So there's a certain group of people that keep getting targeted to spark anger within. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, it's the
Exactly.
same group of people over and over and over and over again.
Got to see that pattern.
It's like it's a pattern. Now, what I'm saying to you is I'm not telling you to ignore. What I'm telling you is what you're angry about. See, American society doesn't do a very good job at showing you how to deal with anger. Okay, they don't. They don't teach men to deal with anger. They barely want to teach women how to deal with anger. It's very, when it comes to the mental health of the nation, there's not a whole lot of emphasis on that, because the less that I can keep you healthy mentally, the more you will completely react on those basic needs, which are, I know, Mecca, you can spit them off.
Flight, fight, feed, fornicate.
Fornicate. Right.
Exactly. So the more that I keep your mental unhealthy, the more you're just gonna fall back on those kinds of reactions, those kinds of
The 4
needs,
F's.
those kind of desires, which does not cause for
Rational thought.
That's right. Does not make for rational thoughts. It's kind of like methods of persuasion, right? So you see a lot of your favorite celebrities saying stuff. Okay. One method of persuasion, any communication major that's listening right now, or anybody who's picked up a book about communication, knows that one of the levels of persuasion is authority. And authority is when you take a figure that people know and you
Right.
pair them with a product or an idea,
Exactly.
and they say it so that people can listen.
And then it'd be fake these days. It'd be doctors that say, "Oh, we tried this," and it'd be an actor in a doctor's outfit.
Yeah, there's a lot of acting taking place.
A lot
sure.
of acting.
So where does that fall into what's going on right now?
It's right now it's everybody stirring it up. You see, everybody is stirring it up. It's on every radar. It's on every news channel. Every politician is talking about it. Well, not the politicians ain't talking about it. The stars, the actors on Twitter. Bette Midler even might tweet something. Everybody's talking about this race issue, but what they do, there's no solutions in this. There's no solutions presented. It's just shit to make you mad. Like, oh, look at that white guy. He's walking around with a gun and he didn't get shot. It's like, bitch, what do you think? Like you just moved to America. This your first day in America. All this stuff is just to make you mad. It's just to make you mad. Oh, look at the white guy didn't get shot and put down. Blah blah blah. And it's just who's making this shit up? 1 minute after somebody get killed by the police, there's 20 memes with Jesse Williams' face on it and a tweet of what he says that happens to do with this guy getting killed. Y'all really got to understand there's a certain group of people that don't want you thinking healthy, eating healthy, living healthy, nothing. It's full spectrum dominance. And it's like the same people that you talk about Monsanto this, Monsanto that. They're the same people that pay for these TV programs. You know, they're the same people that pay for these bombs to drop on Palestine. We can't afford this shit. We can't buy an F-22 as citizens of America. We can't buy war shit. You know what I mean? Who can buy this shit? Pepsi. You know, it's the same crew going over and over, but you can't say, oh, you want to fight the American government. It's way past the American government. You know, it's way past that. We talking about corporations that's bigger than countries, that has more money than countries is who we dealing with. We're not talking about countries or flags no more, dog. It's way past that. People going to Mars. Russia and America goes to Mars together, you know? But we beefing on a low level, and we beefing with each other. And there's people that's making that happen. It happens like that all the time. The green revolutions in the Middle East were all made by outside influence. And what they do, they change over presidents and install somebody else that the people still don't like. You know, you asking for something that you not gonna like the outcome of. Trust me. That's what I try to speak every day. Y'all need to chill. I went down to the Battery the other day. The Battery got these cannons, like actual cannons from the last American Revolution. Huge guns, cannonballs. That shit was so long ago. What do you think America has now? You know? And we out here with like little, my 9 with a half a case of bullets. Man, come on, yo. You're not ready for what y'all talking about, so stop talking about it. Stop letting people lead you into angry episodes that you crying on Facebook now, talking about you got to explain some shit to your fucking kids. Y'all boys, relax, man. Turn that Facebook off, man. Turn the TV off.
I think that, but I want to touch on the explaining things to kids, because I do agree with that. I do agree with that because I agree with the fact that it is important to have a conversation with your kids. It's always
I agree.
I think
agree
that,
with that part.
You gotta sit down and now. Granted, I do want to see, or would like to see, more time being spent with your kids than posting about you being with your kids. Because that's what we're used to now. Like, I mean, we're in social media, so we're used to it. Like there's this complex that goes on that's like, okay, I gotta tell people what I'm doing. I gotta tell people. I want people to see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And that's also a part of just like, I think that can keep you from executing because you're so worried about, let me tell everybody what I got going on.
Well, that's a need for attention. The need for attention is so great that there's corporations out here that bank off of it, like Facebook, and there's a new entrepreneurship wave. People banking on your need for attention. But the need for attention hasn't been so great forever. It wasn't like this for your parents, nor for your older siblings. If you guys, I got a sister who's 36, turning 37. I don't quote me on her age, but it's only a certain demographic who has a serious need for attention, and people bank on that. And like I said in my earlier statement, the need to stay around your family right now is at an all-time high for
Preach that.
you who are living now. It has never been more important in my whole life to stay around your family, because we've come out of so much, and we're in so much turmoil right now that you don't know what's going on with everybody, but you have to be there for them.
Right.
So there is so much distraction. Like, you probably got a brother in jail, you got a sister on her 3rd child, and her baby father ain't doing nothing. You got another sibling who got this going on. Another sibling was the only one to go to college. So you see how much disarray or things is going on within our own family. Like I said,
that's right.
Get your family straight first, and then you go out in the street and get that straight.
Right.
But you will know what you will have to do. But so what I'm saying right here is just take care of your family. Stay very close to your family, and do what you can for them. And when you go out in the street, don't go out in the street alone. And sisters, don't go out in the street alone. Brothers, if you're doing your dirt or whatever you do, whatever makes you go outside your house or whatever, don't do it alone.
Right.
And this is not the time to chill on the corner.
And
This is not that time right now.
Right,
So-
exactly.
So
Exactly.
let me tell you what you have to do now. Now you have to secure your future, and that's how to secure your employment. And the best way to do that is to invest in yourself while working for someone else if you have to do that. Also, it's to invest in your safety.
Right.
And
That's right.
this is what we have to do. This is what time it is right now, according to me. And so if you do that, and now since we see everybody, you have to be living under a rock if you don't see that the police are murdering black men out here
Right.
at a exaggerated
that.
amount. So
Say that.
you cannot be caught slipping now. Let me speak in layman's term. You can't be caught slipping now. This is not the time when you go out into the streets alone. This is not the time to be hanging out on the street. This is not the time to be
Acting
loitering or giving a predator a reason to
Right.
come to you. And I'm not even saying these brothers who getting killed are giving this cops, these killers, a reason, because they're not. And I know they're not. You know, some of these brothers are straight innocent who are getting killed.
Right.
But this is the time for the brothers who are living.
That's right.
You cannot be caught slipping now. You cannot go out in the street alone. Sisters can't go out in the street alone. And you cannot put yourself in a position where someone else does not know your whereabouts or
That's right.
have your back at that point in time.
Right.
Not right now,
That's
y'all.
right.
Not
Right.
right now.
Not right
Later
now.
on, when the high alert level lessens, then I'll say, all right, y'all can go back to chilling. But this ain't the time to chill right now.
That's so I like that so much because
It perfectly said.
it's true. Like you can't. We've allowed ourselves. Oh, I'm independent. I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody to help me with what I got going on. I can do it by myself. It's all by myself. Man, that's sad, man.
That's
Like,
super
we're,
sad.
we're supposed to be a community. We're supposed to be uplifting each other, helping each other.
A tribe.
Someone from
That's-
outside their community who put that type of
Right,
thought.
broke
That's
up the
right.
tribe.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. You got people coming in here infiltrating you. That way, when it comes to you trying to have a conversation with your neighbor, you can't even have a decent conversation because you're so focused on, let me put this post up. How many likes can I get?
Right.
How many followers can I get? How much can I get off of this? When it's about, son, are you gonna sit down, get in a group,
Right. You don't even know your neighbor.
and talk?
Right.
Where are you even going to? Some of us like, I ain't about to knock on that person's door because I don't know them. Like I have to hear all the time. Oh, in my day, we knew each other and we did. Okay, well, guess what? Let me tell you something about people older than me. Shout out to y'all. But I would like to stop hearing about back in your day because you still living. This day is your day too.
It's
okay?
still going.
This day is your day too, and I need your help. I need your help. Everyone younger than you needs the help. So it's not just about back in your day. Every day that we are alive is our day.
Right.
And if we don't take responsibility for the things that we need to do now to help each other and to keep each other encouraged at all times, that's where we're going to have a breakdown in communication. That's where we're going to have a breakdown in terms of not being able to work with each other to get to the higher ground that we need to get to. I mean, do you know why you end up in credit card debt? You end up in credit card debt because credit cards bank on you not paying on time. And then, even more so, they bank on the fact that if you don't pay on time, you will be too nervous to say that you can't make the payments on time. And you'll just keep on getting debt, getting that interest,
Getting
all the
more
other
debt.
kind of stuff, and more debt. So then they send it to collections. And they're still banking on the fact that they're going to make money because you're not responsible.
Let's jump on some solutions. What
Life.
do we do? Mecca drop some. VP drop some.
Mecca-
Everybody y'all really hit the head on the the nail on the head.
Yeah.
How Mecca was like, we got to stop chilling.
I
VPs.
like saying being in groups. That's
Right,
That's
being
for
in
sure.
groups.
Being in groups.
In times, everybody, you may not think that you're under attack, but this is times. If this was in any other demographic or any other community other than a black community, this will be a crisis.
Right.
Of all hell.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
This is enough right here. Okay, there was a bombing last week. I think it was
Turkey.
Turkey or somewhere else, but it was in a cafe. And
Oh no, Turkey was the airport.
And America made sure that all of their Emirates were out of that cafe because that's a Western cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And they said if there was one American killed, that was enough for America to go and invade the country.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you can see the person on television who got killed yesterday or the day before, they look like you. So this shit, if this dude had on anything like me, I know that could have been me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, this ain't the time for chilling.
Do Work Media.